he didn't get it into third gear.
It just, yeah, he never took off.
Well, yeah, he couldn't go, and everybody behind him couldn't stop.
No.
Matt.
Jimmy Johnson just told Chad Canales it was locked in gear. The car would not go. Something either in the drive line or transmission. He said something definitely amiss. It just simply would not go.
Let's have a look first from the Goodyear blimp. The red flag is out at Dover. The front straightaway pretty well blocked. So here's the restart.
It's a nice jump here.
Yeah, he starts to go, but it looks like when he shifts.
That's where he shifted third.
Third, and it just didn't, something happened.
And then here comes trouble.
It's on from there.
Look who this takes out. The 78, the 4, 47. All these cars piling in there. Nowhere to go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Bam, right into the 24.
Kyle Busch.
Going to be easier to tell you who's not involved.
Goodness gracious.
The 2, the 11.
Let's ride with Kevin Harvick.
Green flag, all rolling. Second out, check it. Go low, hold your line.
And then he gets pile driven from behind.
He almost got through it. You could hear him kind of throttling through it, and then somebody got into the back of him.
All right, let's ride with Ricky Stenhouse.
Did the one break.
Next, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
From the mark. Ready. Good. Rolling good. Your outside lane's rolling really good. Rolling just fine. Up here. Second. Go low. High. Come on, high. Keep coming. Go. High.
Ooh, that was a big impact right there. You could hear it and see it.
Can, buddy.
Man, that was hard.
Very hard impact.
Holy smokes. It just looks like when he went to third gear, Jeff, that it either broke the gear or they never went. I don't know what happened.
It wouldn't come out of second. It was stuck in second.
Shift.
I don't know what would cause it to do that.
And then back where Allmendinger and Newman were, everybody was coming full throttle.
Oh, yeah, you're winding it up in third gear. You're getting up. You got a lot of speed at that point.
From pit road, from the handheld cameras. Well, Martin Truex electing to restart on the outside was just a bad draw.
Yeah, I don't think the way that turned out, I'm not sure that it would have made a whole lot of difference.
Well, had he been on the inside, he would have missed it.
Might have made it by on the inside, I believe.
May have.
But that's nothing you can plan for.
No, it was. I mean, that could have also been the defining moment for how he wins this race. Unfortunately, it's the defining moment that got him caught up in this race.
Yeah. Now all the damage on the front of his car is above the air inlet, so all this down here is in good shape. This is obviously going to have to do some. Going to have to do a little bear bond there because you can see these gapping holes where it knocked the sheet metal out.
And I'd be worried that that hood's going to fly off. I think that it possibly may have sheared off those hood pins in that area that secures the hood. Plus, he's got some damage here on the right front.
Yeah, a little bit
right in there that may rub the tire.
So red flag at Dover. NHRA coverage. The Summit Southern Nationals will follow us immediately from Atlanta. But right now, everything is stopped on the front straightaway for an accordion-style crash, beginning when Jimmy Johnson did not get going on the restart from the outside of the front row. Right behind him was Martin Truex. Here's their radio.
I mean, it stopped like something broke. You know, like usually if you miss a gear, you just grab one, get going again. Well, he stopped and never had any power, it looked like. That's what it looked like on TV. Like he shut the ignition off. It was that bad. Unbelievable, man.
That's exactly right. Unbelievable.
Here's another look.
At this point, he's lifting the rear tires off the ground. There's nothing any of these cars can do.
You know, the biggest concern I would have with that nose, yeah, from an aero standpoint, but all of the ductwork behind there that sends the air to the radiator to cool it, that's going to be my big concern. Aero-wise, it's going to be hard to get it back where it was, but that's a huge concern.
You know, those cars that came piling in from the back beginning with, I think, Greg Biffle.
Could do with that. What did you see out your front window?
You know, it's a tough situation. You know, you can't see nothing really when you're stacked up on a restart like that. And my spotter did a good job telling me to check up, but the cars behind me hit me and kind of sent me to the bottom, and it's just hard to get out of the way, and kind of just ended up right in it. So I haven't seen a replay yet, but I'm not even sure what checked it all up. Oh, I guess, yeah, so.
The 48 definitely didn't get going. Maybe had a gear issue of some sort.
Yeah, just, I don't know what happened. Just kind of been the victim of circumstances here the last few weeks. So just part of racing sometimes. We'll get our Shell Pennzoil Ford back out there. We actually weren't that bad. I thought we had a hole in the nose that last run, kind of gave up a couple spots, but we just got to change the radiator and get back out.
Thanks, Joey.
22 cars made it back around to the front straightaway to the red flag. 5 more are stopped on pit road. You cannot work on those cars under the red flag. 18 cars in all had some sort of involvement in this one, and here they are.
This is usually something we see at Talladega, and the big one, not at Dover. I knew when Jimmy Johnson had trouble and this car didn't go that this was going to be a huge wreck. You just can't have that happen at this racetrack, or maybe even any racetrack, but especially how narrow this front straightaway is. When that car on the front row has trouble, it's just going to collect everyone behind them.
Yeah, it's so narrow, and of course this is a chain reaction all the way back to Logano, for heaven's sake.
Let's have another look at the driver shot on Dale Earnhardt Jr. See what we can pick up.
Let's see if the wheel kind of spins in his hands when he makes contact.
Wow. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yep. Just tries to rip your hands off. That hurt. Those were hard hits, Benny. Really hard.
You know, the adrenaline's flowing. You sometimes don't feel that pain immediately.